It's currently like 8 AM, I think. I had a lay-in today. I never usually get up this late. I usually get up like 7, half 7 on my days off, and then when I'm at work I get up like 6:15. But yeah, this is my day off today, so I'm just going to do a day in the life. I was thinking about doing like a voiceover, so doing like a day in the life voiceover rather than videoing, because my nan's out there all day and I don't like talking like on vlog. I find it really awkward in front of people. So yeah, I'm just gonna do like a voiceover of everything I do. She has fed them and hayed them, so I'll go over there and start mucking out and then put them out. And yeah, we'll get going and you'll see what happens in my day. We've got a shavings delivery coming today, so I want to show you guys my new shavings from Eventus. That'll be great. So yeah, let's get going. So first off, I usually put my boots on and chuck a jumper on, etc. I'm still in my pyjamas, as you can see, but yeah. And then I come outside and I walk over to the stables. As you'll probably be able to tell, the stables aren't very far from the house, so it's only a quick little walk over there. So yeah, I went in and saw the boys. As I said before, Nan had already fed and hayed them, so I didn't need to do that. So yeah, I just went and said hi to them both. Ryan had pooed in his water bucket, which was disgusting. So yeah, ill. And then I started mucking them both out. First, I always start off with Ryan, as he's the messier one out of the two. And then I did Brian afterwards. I got, I think 3 skips out of him this morning, which is more than usual, but that's just because I got up later than usual. I find that even like if I get up an hour later, it makes a huge difference in how much muck I get out from him walking around. So yeah. Then I just swept everything back. I left his bed up as they were going out anyway. And then I moved on to Brian afterwards. Well, Ryan was enjoying his hay. So yeah, I got 3 skips out of him, as you can see, and I went and emptied them before I started off Brian. But this is Brian's bed. Wasn't actually very dirty this morning, but I think I got like nearly 3 skips out of him. But I was a bit lazy and I took out more than I probably should have. So I could have probably taken out a lot less, but because it was new shavings day, I just thought it doesn't really matter. I'd rather get out some of the dirty shavings, then when he has new shavings, his bed's nice and clean. But yeah, I did the same and swept his bed back too, and yeah, done that. And then once I'd done that and put all the skips up into the muck heap, I changed their rugs. Ryan always likes to run away from me when I try and change his rug, so sometimes I have to tie him up. But yeah, changed his rug into his outdoor rug. Then he had a poo, so I had to pick that up. And then once I'd changed his rug, I put all his turnout boots on. And then I like to turn them both out separately, because sometimes they can mispay if I turn them out together. So yeah, I turned Ryan out first because he's in the field furthest away, and you have to walk through his field to get. You have to walk through Brian's field to get into his field. Then I emptied out his hay, so yeah, he was happily eating that. And then I came back and got Brian, did the same for Brian, changed his rug, and then yeah, same thing, changed his rug and then changed his boots, and then it was time for him to go out. They all have boots on all fours and overreach boots, just to help them with if they kick themselves when they're going a little bit crazy, and same with to stop them from pulling their shoes off, we put overreach boots on. But yeah, I put Brian out. He loves going out. At the moment he's on a little break where we're in lockdown at the moment, and he's getting older, so yeah, he's loving life at the moment. Did the same thing, emptied out his hay net that he had left over. And then he had a nice roll. He loves a good roll. He's literally a mud monster at the moment. Ryan's a lot cleaner than Brian. Brian literally will get disgusting. And Ryan isn't actually very dirty, to be honest. He rolls, but he doesn't like roll in the muddiest part of the field like Brian does. And then I came back, put his hay net back into the pile of hay nets that I'd emptied out. And then I swept up around the stables afterwards, and then after that I came inside and cuddled Luna as always. And then after I had a cuddle with Luna, I had some breakfast, because I hadn't had breakfast at that point. So yeah, Mum cooked me a toastie, and then I had a chocolate milkshake, which I finished. As always, I'm always hungry after I've finished the horses off. Luna wanted my food. But yeah, this is my outfit of the day. So I wore my Eventus jumper, and I wore my grey equestrian fleece line leggings, which I absolutely love. They are so comfy and stylish, so yeah, highly recommend them. And then after that, our shavings delivery turned up, so me and Mum helped unload all the shavings. And then so These shavings are the grade B shavings. We haven't had these before. As you'll be able to see, these aren't dust free. These do have sawdust in them, but honestly I think unless your horse has respiratory issues, dust isn't actually so much of a bad thing because it helps soak up everything. Like, these are very, very absorbent, which I really liked, especially as Ryan is very wet. Like, he wheezes so much. So I think these will be really good for him, even though I do love the grade 8 bows. But these are pretty much the same as the grade A, apart from the fact that they have sawdust in them. They're still really absorbent, so are the grade A. But yeah, these are better for more damp conditions, which for Ryan is better, whereas Brian's not really that wet, so the grade A will be better for him. But also the grade B are a lot cheaper than the grade A. I think they're like £1.50 cheaper, maybe £2. So if you are looking for a cheaper option, these are really good. But yeah, like I said, I do love my grade A bows, and I love the scent of the eucalyptus and lavender. I think that's a great addition. So yeah, highly recommend them to anyone looking for new shavings. Sorry if like I'm talking loads. If you don't like these type of videos, please let me know down below. But then I moved on to doing their feeds. Ryan has pure feed working. He has just under a scoop in each of his feeds. And then I did their pink mash. I know you guys have already seen me do their feeds, but oh well, it's part of my day routine. So yeah, they have a scoop of pink mash each, which they have about 8 o'clock at night before they go to bed. They absolutely love this stuff. So yeah, it's really great for their gut health and just helping with weight gain and stuff like that. And then Brian has Bailey's Ease and Excel. At the moment he's on less than what he usually would get because he's not in work, so he literally gets like that, and I split in between two. He always has a smaller breakfast because he doesn't seem to eat as much breakfast. He'll leave it, so it just gets wasted, so I just don't give him as much. So yeah, that's their feeds. And then we move on to supplements. So they both get garlic in each of their feeds. It's just to help with getting rid of the taste of all the other supplements if you've got a fussy horse, and I find they really, really like the taste of the garlic. So yeah, I put garlic in all of their feeds. And then after the garlic, I move on to my Better Life Farmer Track, which I absolutely swear by. This is their gut supplement that they have, just to help with any loose drop-ins and help them in any stressful situations, which obviously they're not really going through stressful situations at the moment. But I just really love this stuff, and I think it really, really helps. And it also is really good for horses that are recovering from ulcers, so I'd highly recommend it for that also. But yeah, they both get that. They get half a scoop in each feed. And then Brian gets the Better Life Pharmaquin as well, which I'm doing next. That is his joint supplement where he's getting older. I really also love this stuff. Highly recommend it if anyone's looking for anything to help their horses be more supple, and loosen them off a little bit if they're a little bit stiff, which I find that Brian does get, especially in the winter months where it's colder. So yeah, I put that away. And then afterwards we move on to my electrosalts. So I recently got these Equilibrium electrosalts. I was very lucky enough to be given them to try out because I'm very lucky to be working with Equilibrium. So yeah, I gave Ryan some of them because at the moment he's obviously in work. So electrosalts are really good if they are sweating, because it's really important for you to replace the salts they lose through sweat. So yeah, I put electrosalts in both of his feeds. He gets like 25 mils, I think, in each feed. That is what the recommended dose is for a horse of his weight. Brian obviously doesn't get them at the moment because he's not really sweating as he's not being ridden. So yeah, only Ryan is getting those at the moment, and that is their feeds done. So then I quickly just mix them around so the supplements aren't sitting on the top. And then once I've mixed all their feeds, I like to put them all together. So I put their breakfasts together, their dinners together, and then I put their mashes together because I just find it easier that way. And then I can just pick up the ones I need. And then once I done that, I got Ryan into lunge. I forgot to video myself getting him in, but yeah, I just quickly got him in to lunge. The first thing I do when I bring them in is I give him a brush over, brush his mane tail, just give everywhere, brush him over everywhere. I have sprayed his mane and tail as well because they're a little bit knotty, just to help me get the comb through easier. Just a little interruption from the day in the life. So yesterday, which was the day before I obviously filmed this vlog, I got a very exciting delivery from Equilibrium. I still feel very lucky to be working for them. They are really, really lovely company. They are really generous, and yeah, I just really enjoy working with them. They sell a lot of great products that I love, including the massage pad that I use every single day, which I was very lucky to be gifted. I absolutely adore that, and I can't thank them enough for that. But yeah, I got these gifted products, which I was really, really happy with. I asked for some overreach boots because you can never have enough overreach boots. These are anti-spin overreach boots, which is great because I find that literally every single pair of overreach boots I have spin round. I only got a small/medium pair because I didn't think that the large were going to fit them because they don't have the biggest legs. But yeah, I can't wait to use them. And then I also got some electrosalts, which you would have seen in my making feeds, which yeah, I asked for to see if I could try those, and they very kindly gave them to me. So yeah, I got 6 bottles of that. And then lastly, I got some hay blocks. The boys absolutely love these, the Vice and Munch blocks. They literally adore them. But yeah, quickly going back, so these are overreach boots up close that they gave me. As I said, I got a small medium pair, which come with a 1-year guarantee. So, warranty, I meant. So yeah, I was going to put them on. As you can see, they have the anti-spin and the strike pad at the back, which I loved about them. So yeah, next I just quickly picked his feet out, which you always have to do because I don't really want them getting footsore. And then I put his new overreach boots on and his matching open fronted tendon boots, which I love, especially in the summer. They are really great to help to stop sweat. And then I quickly just chucked his lunge stuff on. So I use a bum band and side reins to lunge him in. I just find that he goes better in those. And then I chucked his bridle on. Yes, that is Brian's bridle. I cleaned his other bridle because I want to just keep that for shows, and where I'm not riding Brian at the moment, I just thought I'd chuck his bridle on. Sorry Brian, love you. And then I walked him up to the arena, and yeah, I'll speak to you guys in a sec. So I'm lunging Brian today. As you can see, I'm just gonna show you kind of what I do with him on the lunge. Hopefully he'll behave himself today, but yeah, I'm just gonna lunge. He's got side reins on in front and just a band around his bum just to get him to step under himself. So yeah, that is what he's got on. The arena's freshly raked. He's probably going to poo about 20 times. But yeah, so I did a voiceover for the rest of the videos, but I'm not going to do a voiceover. I'm going to talk you through it. So yeah, I will come back once I'm doing more, but at the moment what I start off with is just walk on both. No, I don't change the rein. I know that you're probably supposed to change your rein, but I don't. I just stay on one rein, do everything on one rein, and then change the other rein. Walk on. So I do walk, get him to walk for a couple of minutes, just get him walking out, try and get him as relaxed as possible and listening to me. And then I start trotting, and then I start cantering. I try and do a lot of transitions as well. Same thing, just getting him listening to me, getting him concentrating, because on the lunge he likes to not concentrate. So yeah, I do have that German aid which goes round their backs and then through their legs and clips onto their bit, but he doesn't work very nicely in that. He just finds it too easy and will get away from it, whereas with the side reins and the bum band he actually has to work properly and he can't mess around as much. Whereas, like I said, with the German band, he literally just throws in shapes and starts bucking and being very naughty. So, yeah. As you can see, I haven't got the side reins on very tight, so he can still lift his head up a little bit, but they just kind of ask him to put his head down a little bit. There you go, we had a little spook there. He loves to find things to spook at, especially when I'm not on him and he's on the lunge. You see, he's just a bit alert at the moment. He's not concentrating on what I'm asking of him. And walk. and walk. And he's not listening to me. This is what I'm used to. And walk. Walking. He's very naughty sometimes. They're throwing stuff around over there. Thank you for that. And walk. I managed to settle him down into walk. Don't know how long this is going to last for, but we shall see. Job done. Job done. Walk. Whoa. What? What? He's saying he's better behaved with these on, but he's been very, very fresh today. But then, to be fair, the last couple of days I haven't really been able to ride him properly because the arena's been quite hard. So I'm hoping that's the reason why he's being very naughty. But we're going to do some on this rein and then we will be finished. Job done. You stay away from me. He always falls in on this rein. Very naughty today. And he won't relax. He's just being very tense and trying to find anything possible to spook at. Like that. He just gets really tense. So I'm probably not going to film this much on this rein. I'm just going to try and get him relaxed. Well, as relaxed as possible, which doesn't look like it's going to happen today, but I'm going to just try and wear him out as much as I possibly can because he's got way too much energy. Come in, come down, come down. He doesn't like the band on his bum. Excuse me. To quickly pick up his poo that he did, personal space, and then yeah, I'll untuck him and that'll be it for lunging. Go, you naughty, naughty horse. So once I'd finished lunging, it was time to take everything off. So yeah, I took all his stuff off and then took all his boots off, gave him a quick brush over and wiped his mouth, etc. Then I love to do carrot stretches. This is something that's really good just to keep them supple and keep them stretching through their neck. I do them every single day after I ride. And then once I'd done his carrot stretches, I went and grabbed hay to put in both his and Brian's stables because I was going to bring Brian in as well, as he'd been out for most of the day. So yeah, this is Brian's hay. I just put Ryan's in. They just get a wedge before they get their night nets in late afternoon, as it still wasn't very late at this point. Then I just chucked his rug on and his Kentucky bib just to help stop the rug from rubbing, because I find that he's got quite big shoulders. And then it was time to put him in his stable for him to have some hay and a chill. And then I grabbed Brian in. As you can see, he's covered in mud. Like I said earlier, he's a mud monster, loves to headbutt the mud. So yeah, I just chucked him in, and same for him to have some hay and a chill rather than being out in the field. He gets to a point where he gets a little bit bored being out in the field. And then I took his boots off like I did with Ryan. Yeah, he has all 4 boots on, like I said before, just to help make sure no injuries. You know, they're competition horses. I do not want to be dealing with any injuries or cuts. So yeah, I just find that it just helps to stop any of that from happening, or help lower the cuts if they are to get cuts or kick themselves, you know, lower the injury. I just pulled his neck back because it wasn't very cold today. So yeah, I just took his neck back because it was a little bit warm under that rug. And then that was it. I'd got them in and everything, and then I went back inside, have some lunch and have a chill. Oh yeah, I got a parcel from Mochara. I don't actually know how to spell it. I paid for this. This is not an ad at all, but I just wanted to show you because unboxing, you know, and I spend so much money always. So yeah, I got the half zip in, oh, what colour is it? My mind's gone blank, but yeah, I got the half zip in whatever colour that is. I love it, really comfortable. And then I put it on because it was really comfy. Went back out after I had some lunch and skipped out. I skip out quite a lot throughout the day. I just find that I like to just keep their beds clean so they're not walking all the poo around. So yeah, whenever I go over there, I always skip out, as Ryan poos so much. Like, you have no idea how much Ryan poos. He must poo like 100 times a day, no joke. So I just like to constantly be on top of it. And then I moved on to Brian. Brian had only done like one poo, I think. So yeah, he's easy to muck out, which is so much easier having one clean horse and then one dirty horse. And then I gave them their night nets, so they were both happily munching on their night nets. I thought I'd just give you guys a quick update on my day whilst I'm sitting in the house. Here is Luna. Hey. So I'm currently just having a chill. I've done all my jobs and it's currently like, what, 4:30-ish? Yeah, I went over and skipped the horses out, as you would have seen. And yeah, that's pretty much me done now. I just go over and skip out. Like a bit later, they get fed about 6 o'clock, so I'll take you over for that if my nana already hasn't done it. They've had their night nets put in, and obviously I need to change their rugs later, and I need to bandage Ryan as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go and have a bath, I think, in a minute, and then I'll go back out and feed and skip out, and yeah, just show you my night routine. So yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? You did move. Bye. So I then just quickly went upstairs to have a shower because dinner was going to be ready soon. What did we have for dinner? We had carbonara pasta for dinner with ham and chicken, and then I had a Fanta because I love Fanta. And then once I'd done that, I went back outside again. There's me playing with Luna. I absolutely love Luna, always loving on Luna. She's just so cute. By this point it was obviously dark because I think it was like just maybe 6:15 at this point. So yeah, I went back over to the yard to feed the horses. And when I got over there, I had a cute little surprise because Brian was actually fast asleep in his stable. He's honestly the cutest little sleeper. I just adore watching him sleep. He's just so funny. But then when I went in there, he decided to get up because he was like, "Mum, I know it's dinner time. Where is my dinner?" So yeah, he got up straight away. But anyway, it was cute whilst it lasted. And then once I'd done that, I'd re-skip them out again. You know, me constantly skipping out. But then to be fair, it was like an hour between the last time I skipped out, but it just looks closer. So yeah, I just skipped them both out again. This is Ryan, so he had 2 poos this time, same as last time. Like I said, pooing machine, but to be fair, that wasn't that bad for him. So yeah, skipped him out, and then I also skipped Brian out again, and then it was time to do dinners. So then I just quickly water down all their feeds. They get warm water in their feeds where it's been a little bit colder. I find that they prefer having warm water in their feeds as well. Brian certainly eats it a lot quicker, so I think that might be something that we're going to do more often whilst it's still cold, and then obviously in the summer we won't. But yeah, just gave Ryan his food because he will just box walk if not, and then Brian has his in this little what they called, like, manger thing, because he just prefers to eat his out of there. I don't know why, that's just his preference. Otherwise he kicks it everywhere, so yeah. And then once I'd done that, I just rolled up my bandages because I was bandaging Ryan tonight just to help, because sometimes he gets a little bit puffy back legs where he stayed in quite often. So I put his Incrediwear hoof socks on, because he doesn't really like the bandage pads, as where they're so thick they fall down, whereas I find that if I bandage him normally they don't fall down, so he doesn't mind them as much. So yeah, I quickly did that. Had a check on them both, put Brian's neck up. back out for the last time tonight. It is raining. I actually brought a torch out with me this time because my phone torch is not bright enough. But yeah, it's currently like 8:15. I'm finishing off. Need to give them their pink mash. Hey. Hey. Very messy. So yeah, this is the time I usually finish off. I usually finish off at like 8:15, 8 o'clock-ish. So yeah, I skip them out and then I put more bed down because I never actually put their bed down until like around this time when I finish them off. They have like half a bed down and then I add extra down. I like my beds at the side of the stables rather than at the back, only because they stand the other side. So I just find that that's easier and they're not as dirty because they're not standing on it, if that makes sense. Like he stands to the right of the stable and his bed's on the left. So yeah, when he wants to stand have his hay, he's not standing on his bed. If you know, it makes sense and it works a lot better. I find that they've been a lot cleaner since I've moved them over. So yeah, this is Brian. Did the same for Brian and put his neck up as well. Also put Ryan's neck up. And then I emptied my wheelbarrow. And then I did their mink mash. I forgot to video myself putting the water in, but I just let it soak for about 5 minutes. What I like to do is I like to stir it just to make sure that, you know, it's like there's not sloppy bits. Like you can see that some bits are more sloppy than others, just the way that the water's sitting in the bucket because they're not flat. So yeah, I like to give them a stir. And then what I've been doing recently is I put Ryan's pink mash in Brian's feed bucket because by this point Brian's finished his dinner. So I put it in Brian's black feed bucket so he has it over the door rather than on the floor, because for some reason he always kicks over his pink mash. Ryan, this is, he always kicks it over and it ends up going all over the floor, all over his hay and his shavings, and I just hate it because I've literally just swept his stable and it gets on my nerves. So yeah, I much prefer putting it in the black bucket, and that way he stays a lot cleaner, even though he eats it so messily anyway. You'll see that. But yeah, put his in, and then I also clean that bucket out as well before it dries up. But just quickly give Brian his. I like to tap it down just to make it all flat in there, like I said, so like the water spreads out evenly. But yeah, Brian's pulling faces, but he loves it really. He's just a grumpy old man. But yeah, he has his pink mash. He eats so slowly, it's unreal. He's so like delicate with his food. He does not want it over his face. It's quite hilarious actually watching him eat. And then once I've given them their pink mash, like I said earlier, I like to clean out this bucket just because it's easier to clean it out while it's still wet, you know, it all doesn't dry and stick to the sides, and then you have to kind of like brush it out in the morning. So yeah, I like to just leave the water in there overnight just to let it soak, just to get all the feed out. And then I turn the lights off because by this point I'm finished. There is Ryan being very messy as usual with his food because he's so greedy and likes to gobble it all down in one go and then struggles to swallow it. He is quite cute though, he just loves his food so much. He's like trying to get every single last bit out of the bucket. Bless him, he just loves it. So I thought I'd do like a quick little outro whilst I'm here. So yeah, that is it for the day in the life vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. It was quite long actually compared to the vlogs I've been posting recently. But that was something that a lot of you had been asking for me to do. Ryan's still got his pink mash all over his face. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Hey, Rising. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. That is literally exactly what I do. Well, that was today's plan anyway. Brian's obviously still on his break, so he's not being worked at the moment. And yeah, obviously it varies depending on how many horses I've got to ride, like whether I ride both of them and what I'm doing. But today was a pretty easy day. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing what we get up to in depth, and if you didn't enjoy it, like you didn't enjoy it as much talking, etc., just let me know and I can obviously talk less. But a lot of you asked for like a voiceover and for me to explain things more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys very soon.